All right, we're back. And I'm going to start with the Wausau Police Department. Is there you have a motion to appoint Andrew Larson, Devin Taug, Ashley Burnt, John Hanson, and Jovan Parks for the police officer positions?
So moved.
All right. Is there a second?
Second.
All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Motion passes. Congratulations, Andrew, Devin, Ashley, John, and Jovan. All right. Next will be the position at the Wausau Fire Department. Is there a motion to appoint Jarrett Blomberg for a fire department paramedic position with the Wausau Fire Department?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. Congratulations, Jarrett.
Congratulations, people.
Congratulations. Hey, you guys know
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. He was in agriculture.
The last name sounds familiar.
Football? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Sad, the last name sounds familiar.
Yeah. He's development for all.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
That's why you're here.
You guys certainly can stay for the rest of the meeting, but certainly feel free to take stretch up. Get an hour and a half to stretch. All right. Good luck, everybody. Thank you.
Jarrett's trap. All right. Now we have the monthly presentation of the police department with Chief Livin.
Well, in the interest of time, you have the operations report, the quarterly report in the packet, so I'm happy to take questions if you have questions on it. Otherwise, if you want me, I can give a quick overview too, so.
That works.
Whatever your preference is.
Is there any questions?
I don't have any questions. Good report. Thank you.
Thank you.
Same here. Yeah, I guess just a little brief.
Yeah, so I mean, a lot of what the time that we spent in the last quarter is culminating today in the recruitment of our newest 5 officers. The recruitments have been a challenge for us in terms of the quantity of applicants we're getting. We have 4 openings today, so what the difference that we've never done this before is that we had 5 applicants in front of you today, even though we only had 4 openings. And so for the first time ever, we're overload hiring, so we're hiring more than what we have capacity for. And the purpose of that is, you know, when we send somebody through recruit school, that's an 18-week commitment to get through recruit school. So we don't have them for 4.5 or 5 months. And then they go into field training, and that's another 4 to 6 months of field training. So our hope is now that we know that we have retirements and we've received those retirement letters, we're able to hire people in advance of those retirements to get them ready to go and be out on their own as a solo patrol officer as quickly as we can. So that's exciting. We actually did have 2 other candidates that we gave conditional offers to. One candidate chose a job in Merrill because of higher pay, and another candidate declined the offer because he chose to finish college. He has another semester of college to go through, so hopefully we can get him hired in place in January. But that's kind of the state of affairs with our hiring, and that's what we've been spending a lot of time on. Certainly, you'll see in my report that our Community Resource Unit and our Investigations Bureau continue to work really hard on methamphetamine and heroin investigations. Of course, our federal task force that we have a couple of people designated to as well are spending a lot of time, 100% of their time working on large-scale drug cases. So, the Community Resource Unit made a number of really significant seizures in the last quarter. We had another 3 overdose deaths. So it continues to be an impact on the community, and we're working hard to do our role, which is, try to take some of the drugs off the street and intercept that supply. And then lastly, we're working hard on our 2023 budget. We've been advised it's going to be a very difficult budget year. Seems like every year we're told that, so we'll see what we can do in terms of budget. We're supposed to create a cost to continue budget, which we are working towards. The biggest concern I have, as I kind of alluded to before, is our union contract negotiations are set to open in September, and we are 7th out of 9 in our comparable agencies. So we're 7th out of 9 in pay for those comparable agencies when we look around the area. So we have some work to do there, and we'll be invited to the Finance Committee meeting in the first part of August in order to figure out what they can do for us and what authorizations we'll have to be able to negotiate those salary increases for the next union contract. But that'll be a critical piece for recruitment and retention.
Okay, any other questions, discussion? Well, thank you, Chief Blivin, for
Thank
our
you.
appreciation from the commission. And next up, Chief Bartek with the monthly presentation of the fire department operations.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'll do the same as Ben in essence for the time that we've got remaining this morning. Is there any specific questions about our monthly operational report? I guess just to point out maybe a couple of highlights in there. The biggest one, June, our busiest month in Wausau Fire Department's 152-year history. It's following a trend across the state of Wisconsin State Fire Chiefs. A lot of chatter about a big uptick in call volume this year, usage of fire and emergency medical services, rescue services throughout the state of Wisconsin is seeing an uptick. It's been predicted, I think we're slightly probably ahead of where we thought we would be. We'll probably be near 7,000 calls this year, where we were about 6,500 last year, which is a little bit higher of an uptick. But we don't expect that to go away. Expect July possibly to be another busiest month in our history. So I believe that the council's actions, the finance committee and council's actions to allow us the first wave of our expansion of staffing is going to have a very welcome impact on the department and the community and our ability to respond to those calls. We're currently working in that recruitment. Obviously, we brought one candidate to you this morning. We're going to have to post another one, another round of hiring here soon in order to try to keep up with the amount of candidates that we need to begin that expansion. So it's exciting times for us, and I believe we're well prepared to meet the demand. Other than that, some exciting news for us is jumping ahead a little bit, but last week we welcomed Ladder 2, which is a new piece of apparatus for us. And fire apparatus are major investments by the community in emergency services in the community. That truck was $998,746.52, and that number does not resonates within our department. We realize that when we're operational with equipment, that's a $1 million piece of apparatus that's being put on the street every day. Our personnel highly respect its capabilities, are highly trained in its use, and are looking forward to implementing its new technology for the betterment of the community and the betterment of the protection of the community. So it's designed from the ground up specifically for the community of Wausau. It's a very light, maneuverable, smaller ladder truck than our other ladder truck, which is downtown. It's being placed in what many would refer to as a quint configuration out of Station 2. It's a very exciting piece of apparatus. We plan on recording a kind of like a tour video of that piece of apparatus to introduce it to the community. We had a small ceremony organized by Deputy Chief Kopp. And I want to recognize Deputy Chief Kopp's leadership through this organizational change that we've had. That truck, I was leading the committee during the design phase and the ordering phase as we passed it through the Finance and Council. And then when I became chief, the fleet management belongs in the deputy chief role. I handed that. So it's like building a really big truck, very complicated, a lot of things to that, and then just handing it off to Jeremy. He did an outstanding job in finishing that truck. And it's a testament to his excellent leadership and work. So really excited to that. On the heels of that, we're planning an event to invite the council and the commission down for a tour of the 3 fire stations and to see these pieces of apparatus for yourselves. So really looking forward to that. We're looking at late August, early September for that. So other than that, I don't have anything else. Any questions?
No, I thought there was something this Friday. Yeah.
Oh, well, yes, Friday we have a swearing event for Matt Hieronymus, who you had seen him last month at your, so yes, if you're available to attend that, we've got a swearing ceremony at at Station 2 at 10 a.m., 10:30, lunch to follow. So hope you can make it.
right.
Chief,
Yeah.
the calls.
Yes.
Increase in calls, is it the drug problem? Is it the aging of the population? What do you attribute it?
You know, it's interesting, and you look at it, it's just an expansion overall of our typical call volume. Slight increase in the higher acuity calls, meaning that we're going to fewer calls of more basic nature, some much more higher nature. The other thing that we're seeing, we have signed contracts with about 7 communities to do paramedic level intercepts. And as we see the rural EMS system stressed in their ability to find volunteer EMTs or just to have paramedics in their communities, which they don't, when they do need a higher level of acute care delivered in the field, they're calling on us much more quickly than they had. And so we're doing more of those intercepts. So last week we did one out to Athens for a newborn child, which our crews were able to successfully resuscitate that child. You know, those types of incidents are increasing in nature. And I think that as you see the EMS system in Wisconsin stressed, you're going to see any department like ours, which is an anchor in north central Wisconsin, as being a large professional department. I think that our neighboring departments, Safer and Riverside, are probably seeing requests for them also increase for help in maybe rural communities. The state of Wisconsin did announce this last month, and I'll be writing about it in my next month's report. There is a grant that's been opened up by the state called the EMS Flex Grant, which was specifically for regions like ours, and we wrote that for the maximum amount allowable, $305,000, $200,000 of it being towards the purchase of an ambulance, which an ambulance right now is about $280,000, so that would be a huge help to us. So the state has identified that there's a need here to assist communities like ours in providing the services that we do, and we're trying to lean forward to make sure that we're prepared to meet that need.
All right. Any other questions, discussion? All right. Well, thank you, Chief Bartek. Again, offer our gratitude from the commission. All right. The next meeting will be scheduled for Monday, August 22nd at 7:30 a.m. Is there any other discussion? If not, may I please have a motion to adjourn this meeting?
So moved.
Second.
All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. Motion passes. We are adjourned. Thank you.